I'm Liam Baldock, and I'm 6 hours into a 24-hour trek through the New Forest in a bid to encourage and change children and teenagers' opinion of the great outdoors. I grew up in an era that was dominated by technology, and only in the last 2 years have I surrounded myself with adventurous people to go out and experience this for myself. Me and my team, Dan Dove, Dan Sansom and Mark Briggs, are hoping to inspire children and teenagers to go out and do these crazy things by themselves. Let's keep on walking. Before I took a step on my journey through the New Forest, I started in my final destination to put my outdoor skills to the test. Task 1, set up the evening's tent in Lower Sandydown. It's 9 AM, it's about -2 degrees, and I've been dropped off in no man's land, which is my starting point. It's finally time for me to hand over my technology to the car crew and rely on the basic essentials. I have a compass and a map. My next point is Stony Cross. Stony Cross should take about an hour and a half to get to. Hopefully I can make it on time. We've been on this journey about 5 minutes, and already the ice has started to melt on all the mud, and it's just made it really sloshy to go through. But I've already seen so much of the forest and just how beautiful it is. I mean, down here the light shining onto the path, it's like nature's showing me where to go. Fingers crossed, that's how it's going to be for the next 24 hours. Let's see if that happens. I met a nature and wildlife expert for some advice before venturing out into the New Forest. She briefed my team on some of the obstacles I may face deeper into the wild.
One thing that Liam might come across when he's walking along the heathland especially, we've got these sort of lowland bogs and mires, and you can be walking along quite dry tracks and next thing you know you're up to your knees in sphagnum bog.
Oh, I've lost my feet here. Oh. That is what a ranger warned me. This wasn't the last of my problems. Veering too far east in a bid to head south to Stony Cross, I hit some shady and frostier lakes I didn't intend on crossing. Not all of them had the luxury of a bridge. And slowly, I'm going to go for it. It's evident here, after this complete catastrophe of a log breaking on me, that maybe the wiser option is better to go for than what looks more safe. And this is why sometimes we don't trust nature. After that river catastrophe, I think it's time that I have a sit down and I pour out the contents of what came into my shoes. And we're hoping in the next 35-40 minutes we can meet up with the car crew and set off for the next location. I think it's time for me to put these back on now and crack on. Oh. 2016 marks the 100th year of Cub Scouts, and as I finally reached the halfway point at Stony Cross, I only had my map and compass to thank. This is the sort of thing that Scouts can teach you. It's little moments like this that even if you're a little bit lost or your feet are really wet like mine are, you just see how small you are compared to the New Forest and how far that you've come. And it's just times like this where you just need to stand still and just take a moment, take it all in and just admire it. Unfortunately, Bank was the last destination I recognised on my map. I'd come a long way off it after following a stream through the trees in beech and wood. I felt that my lack of survival skills had failed me. I really should have taken the ranger's advice.
Okay, so if Liam is walking through the forest and he doesn't know how to use a map or a compass, then that can cause a bit of an issue. So having a map and compass is really quite a good thing, otherwise you can get a bit disorientated.
I've managed to locate myself back on the map. Well, the problem is that the sun's set now and I'm absolutely nowhere near Sandydown, which is where I need to be, and I have a feeling that it's going to get dark in the next half an hour and find out where I place my tent in the morning. Yeah.
We are quite lost and Liam has no idea where he's going really. He's doing quite well for most of the day, and it's just the fact that him seeing the sun going down has really panicked him. Please Liam, for both of our sakes, find the way home. Good luck, mate.
Okay, so we're about 10 minutes from the final camp. The only problem is we've basically run out of light other than our head torches as the sun's gone down. So all we're relying on now is this compass telling us this way south, and we know that our camp is south this way about 10-15 minutes. I'm excited to get home, but there's a long way to go yet, unfortunately.
Luckily for me, I found my way.
Finally, it's 6:30, well roughly, and I've made it back to Lower Sandydown in the pitch black where I pitched up my tent at about 7:15 this morning. I could not be more delighted, you don't understand. But the main thing is now is to get inside and make myself a fire so I can finally eat some grub, because I am starving. Finally managed to get a fire going. I don't know how long it's going to last because the floor is so icy. All the paper that I had in my bag and the wood that I've managed to light, it's not catching on to any of the wood that I found, unfortunately.
The warmth started to fade with the fire running thin, and I was unable to find any food. So what begun a bitter cold night in the New Forest.
So it's 9 AM and it's been 24 hours since I started my trek through the New Forest. My team have just told me that last night was the coldest night of the year. Now despite this, I've had the most incredible time. It's really opened my eyes to see what sort of nature we have around us. Now I've done this whole mission without any technology. I've just had a map and a compass to navigate my way through areas that don't even have paths. And hopefully this can be the inspiration to the next generation to go and join things like cubs and scouts, because this nature is so beautiful and we might not have it one day, and hopefully you can learn your natural survival skills.